Hello everyone, my name is Number One Enemy Peanut, and this is Baldur's Gate 3. Well, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Last episode we went through and dealt with Karlach's, paladins of Tyr, quote unquote, even though they were not paladins of Tyr, actually. And we also went through Joaquin's Rest, and rescued Chancellor Floric, I think is what her name is, technically. This episode, we will be taking on the Goblin Camp. Now, I've already tried recording this episode once, and yet so many technical difficulties. Hopefully things are better this time around, and we can actually get to finish things. Let's head to the Goblin Camp.
I'm shooting arrows at this ball. It's great. Then this other guy twirls his fingers.
Now, before I do this, I know I should probably play on balance.
Just stands back up.
But these battles I was having a difficult time with earlier.
So I start creeping round. Cause I ain't wasting arrows. Not me.
I was having some difficulties with the combat during my earlier recording session. And so, let us continue on. First off, we're going to rescue Halcyon. That way we got that out of the way.
Follow my teachings. Follow Ragslin's orders. Obey the drow.
We also rescued Volo in the last episode. And there's the obligatory roommate cameo, if it actually picks up.
Do you think the dwarf is ready yet? I'm hungry.
Earlier, when I was recording, he peeked his head and it goes obligatory cameo. At this point, it's just a running joke.
See? It squealed! Hit it again!
Keep your hands steady, 3.
Again! Make it squeal again.
What the hells are you doing?
We're juicing it up. The beast came in here with those robbers, killed Dink and Mince too. Boss is thinking of serving it to the Vorgs.
And it makes funny noises.
We made it squeal.
Look, you'll see. Give me that rock. I'll show ya.
Leave him alone.
What here? Get lost if you can't stand a bit of roughhousing.
I'm gonna attack the goblins. Timber! I wonder how heavy that door is, because it's probably steel. So it's gotta be heavy. I wonder exactly how heavy.
Try something else.
These kids are adorable, but they gotta go.
This. They're dying for me. All of them.
Oh shoot. I should have rested before. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Okay, I went back and I went to long rest. Sorry about that.
Ah, my good fellow. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company.
What do you know about mind flayers?
Why, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know. Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close.
And their parasites? Do you know anything of them?
As a matter of fact, I do. But why do you?
Not only have I encountered a mind flayer, I've killed one.
That can't be.
I was captured by mind flayers before. I'm lucky to be alive.
You're mad! But tell me, have you noticed any residual psionic malaise since the alleged encounter?
Malaise is one word for it. More like psychic transference?
Curious. Illithids, their technical name, form a hive mind. One shouldn't be able to hear their dark whispers unless...
Unless you've been infected with one of their parasites.
That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceramorphosis by now.
If only your disbelief could alter facts.
If what you say were true, you'd be a mind flayer by now. You? Infected by a mind flayer? Ridiculous. Isn't it?
Examine me, find it out yourself.
Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim. If I just peer in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, my dear, sweet gods!
I want rid of this thing by any means necessary.
If we managed it, we'd have a specimen of incredible rarity on our hands. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of time, and I'll have this little issue sorted.
Will's brows furrow as your minds connect. He sees the burning embers of Joaquin's rest, then Floric's face as she tells you of Ravengard's abduction.
Hells. Older Ravengard's been taken.
Yes, Drow set fire to the inn and stole away with the Duke.
Then we need to seek him out and get him to safety. You see, Grand Duke Ravengard is my father. I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride, not least for him.
Then the choice is clear. We should rescue Duke Ravengard.
Thank you. That means a lot. But I wonder, what makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Men's Oberanzen would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast.
You shouldn't keep secrets like this from me, Will.
I know, and you're right. My story is one of two men. The Blade of Frontiers, a man hunting the fiends who prey on the weak and claw at the coast. And Will Ravengard, a memory of a memory, a man who belongs to the past. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind.
Bark, bark, bark. Pretty.
Oh. My, you startled me. It's miles away.
Is everything all right?
More or less. I was lost in prayer, of all things. Mistra, for indeed it was her image I conjured, commands all magic. Salvation, if such a thing exists, is hers to bestow or withhold. And yet even now, more than I fear losing my own self and soul, I fear losing my command of her art. Magic is my life. I've been in touch with the weave for as long as I can remember. There's nothing like it. It's like music, poetry, physical beauty, all rolled into one and given expression through the senses. Would you like to experience this?
Sure, why not?
Then follow my lead. Now you.
Your scratch
You feel
sniffling around
something
in the background.
strange, like a kind word and a kind touch at the same time. It's warm and comfortable.
Excellent. Now, repeat after me. Athran mistraril kantrak eo.
Suddenly, the scent of rose water and a sense of well-being. A sliver of weave that tastes sweet on the tongue.
Very good. Now, I want you to picture in your mind the concept of harmony, as true as you can.
You see, or is it sense, the presence of a woman. The woman who hovered over Gale's palm. There's something like the anticipation of a kiss, then the pleasure of being cloaked in peace. You are safe. You are nestled in the cup of Mistra's hand.
You did it! You're channeling the weave. How does it feel?
Effortless. You're a wonderful teacher.
Oh, I know.
The weave connects you. The moment feels intimate. The weave evaporates, and as it does so, you realize the night feels suddenly cold and lonesome.
Oh. There it goes. How easily things slip away from us, no matter how hard they were in the obtaining. Good night. I enjoyed sharing a moment of magic with you. What's on your mind? Apart from finding me an artifact, that is most gratifying to hear. May I? Thank you. Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mistra, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you.
It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent. I might just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy, who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it, much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself, the Lady of Mysteries, the goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse, and later even my lover.
Are you telling me you made love to a goddess?
Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries.
How exactly did you try to cross these boundaries?
I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale?
Since I'm recording.
Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. And he almost managed, but not quite. And his entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms, until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess?
What was the answer to that question?
The answer was to try. And the outcome was to fail. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next, here, place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you in, into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Terrifying, isn't it? And that is only the beginning. This netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however.
Go on.
I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep.
Is there anything we can do?
We might chance upon a king's collection of magical artifacts around the corner. We might cross paths with a miracle round the bend. Then again, we might not. All of this, it must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways.
If we were to part ways, where would you go?
Once I'd step out of the protective aura of the artifact, it wouldn't be long before the Absolute overtakes me. I'd never let that happen, so I'd aim for a swift end. I would consume some midnight tears and venture as deep into the Underdark as I possibly could, till they cloud my eyes forever. With a bit of luck, I'd manage to make it to a Mind Flayer colony, so that when the orb erupts, one loud, last song of vengeance would reverberate through the dark. Wouldn't be a heroic end, but coarsely poetic enough in its justice.
We've come this far together, and we'll continue on together. This is how it will be.
That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
Okay, I need to check something real quick. All these technical difficulties are making me paranoid. Okay. I believe that's everybody who wants to talk to me tonight, so let's go to bed. Get a full night's rest before we head off to the goblin camp. Oh yeah, this bit.
Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so
Has your research turned up anything that might help with this parasite problem? If you're squeamish about eyes, look away now.
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep, just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all.
How many times have you done this before?
I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
Do it.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle. The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns and begins to push. Pain shoots through your body as the needle snags on your optic nerve.
I think I have it!
The needle seesaws back and forth, plucking the nerve like a harp string.
Oh, bother. There's some obstacle in the way. I shall need a more robust implement.
Volo carefully withdraws the needle from your eye. Then, reaching into his bag, he produces an ice pick. Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your
I swear there's a
eye.
reason why I'm
Now.
doing this.
Don't move.
Cold metal presses against the skin beneath your brow. And then, tap, tap, stab.
Do you feel that? Ha! I think we have the blighter on the run. I agree. It's a feisty critter. Just a little further.
Volo tears the pick from your brain with a violent jerk. Your eye plops down into the mud.
Drat.
He pauses, looks down at your eye, and recoils slightly as it sinks into the mud.
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic
You knocked
damage.
my bloody eye out. Cosmetic damage.
Please, try not to overexert yourself. You're in a rather fragile state at present. I can't help but feel partly responsible. Perhaps there is something more I can do. Take this. A far superior relic to that old jelly you were chained to. Try it on for size. And, it was very nice to have met you. I'm sure you'll sort out your little brain problem one way or another. Far away from here, if you've a heart. Terribly sorry, my friend. Ta.
Now, the whole reason why I did that was purely for the effect of you can now see invisibility. It's a passive effect that you can get by letting Volo rot around your eye, which it is really good. It does come in handy. But the cutscene to get to it, no. No. Do not like. Okay, now we are going to get the owlbear cub.
Well, now, you look like a tough
Now I've got a headache.
But have you got smarts, skills, guts?
All that and more.
And you're gonna need it,
Get the hell past
mate.
me. That'd be crossing
This ain't
you.
your standard dungeon dive, right? This is chicken chasing.
Well, for starters, that's no chicken. That's an owlbear.
It's got feathers, don't it? A beak. Besides, I reckon it owes us, seeing as how it just ate our last chicken. Reckon it owes us a game. You want to hear the rules
Could be
or
fun.
not?
What is chicken chasing exactly?
Only the greatest game since eggs sprouted legs, mate. You just gotta chase the chicken round the course and through the posts. But that ain't all. Gotta do it quick and alone. Any of your mates step in, you lose. Time runs out, you lose. Sound easy? It ain't. Better contenders than you have been bested by the bird.
Seems easy enough.
Fancy yourself, do you? Care to pin that claim down
Sure,
with some
I'll place a bet.
coin? We got the coin. We got the challenger. Now we just need the crowd, eh? Right.
Careful now! That's a nice chicken!
Chase! That thing!
Through the posts! Ain't we gonna cook it once the game's done?
That's what the fire's for, isn't it?
No, don't go back that way. No!
Oi! What's the matter?
Incorrect direction there, bud.
That's more like it!
Oi!
Keep going this way. Yep, there we go. There you go. No, 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 no. No, no, no. This way. Keep going. Keep
Oi!
going.
What's the
There you
matter?
go. Keep going. Keep going. Not that way. Not that way.
Careful now! That's a nice chicken!
Get in there! Don't hurt the little clucker! Just chase it through the posts!
Come on.
Ain't we
There
gonna
you
cook it
go.
once the game's done?
Good job, bud.
That's the game done.
Good job, buddy.
Come here.
Thank you.
Well, looky! That thing works even better in a chicken.
Hand
Reckon
over
we
my
won't need
winnings.
it after all. Pardon? You're what? Think you misunderstood, mate. Ain't no winnings, 'cause only a goblin can win Chicken Chase. Says so in the rules.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you.
We're having
Authority.
fun. Why ruin it now?
All right. No need to get weepy over it, like. Here.
Mother gone.
I have a
Hungry.
camp. You're welcome there.
New home. Maybe. Got to get away from here first.
The cub seems anxious to leave, but afraid to defy the goblins. They have to be dealt with one way or the other.
Nice and chewy.
Well, if it ain't our fledgling chicken chaser. Got a taste for the game now, do ya?
I'm leaving. The owlbear's coming with me.
Is ya now? Reckon I...
As the symbol glows,
I'd be doing you a
power
favor. The
courses
beast will
through
only
you.
get bigger and tougher.
Authority.
Bugger did eat our last chicken. Right, go on then. Fat bird's yours. Don't need the
Yay!
hassle.
Now we got the baby.
All the great chasers are dead.
Poor creature. I hope it can follow my scent to camp.
Worm like you. Gotta be chosen to hear.
All the great chasers are dead.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Bloody racket.
Oh.
Follow my teachings. Follow Ragslin's orders. Obey the drow. Serve the Absolute, and you may be chosen. Now here's somebody special. The Absolute has touched you, hasn't she? Priestess Gut needs to touch you too. Hold out your arm so I can mark your flesh.
Why should I let you brand me?
Lets the faithful recognize one another quick sharp. That way nobody'll mess with ya. And it's charged with magic. Ordinary slobs can't see it, only us that follow the absolute. You ready? Brace yourself, this'll sting. Maybe you don't need it. After all, you're special, ain't ya? Like me.
She probes your mind, tangling your thoughts with hers. A familiar sensation. She too carries a parasite. Darkness seems to swallow the temple, leaving you with a vision of the goblin priestess receiving instruction from a handsome young man, one of the chosen. The vision dissolves away. You stand before the goblin priestess in the temple once again. Your minds brush against one another, but are swiftly parted.
Don't want to get intimate in front of the novices. Fair enough. Got some weird shadows in your head. Maybe I can help with that. Us true souls gotta look out for one another.
Do you think you can fix whatever's causing those shadows?
With the Absolute's will, I can fix anything. Let's deal with this in my chapel. It's private. Don't want this lot interfering with true soul business.
Oi! Priestess! We want the mark!
Yeah. Ain't we good enough for the Absolute?
Oi, come here. I ain't waiting around.
Okay, I gotta change this again. Otherwise, these battles are going to be fucked. Let's leave that balanced. Do, do, do. Okay. Only because these fights are
Ready to clear your
shitty.
head?
So shitty.
What am I to do?
Your violence hasn't gone unnoticed. It's
Blood comes easy these days.
Interesting. The host is dead, but the parasite is still alive. A long way to go still.
Can't give up now.
This
one is you can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You are not ready. That's all right. But try to overcome this resistance sooner rather than later. It will make things much easier for you.
You know, if that parasite isn't to your taste, I'd be happy to consume it in your stead. I don't relish the thought, but if you're going to just leave it sitting in your pack, well, one of
I'm
us should try
surprised. I
it.
didn't think you'd be interested in a slimy tadpole.
Oh, I have my reservations, no question. First of all, it looks disgusting. Second, there's a non-zero chance that it'll turn me into a purple glistening monster. But if it doesn't, who knows what kind of power we could unlock. And power is always worth a little risk.
Sure, it's in my pack if you want it.
Excellent. I'll have a rummage around and help myself in my own good time. Thank you. Your generosity is appreciated.
Okay. Gut is down. Next up, Halsin. Well, actually, we could probably just get Minthara. Or, yeah, Minthara next.
At least give me a sword! We want... Get down there and stop complaining!
Yeah. The scrying eye was looking at me all strange.
The moonrise want to look at you for...
Certainly you won't be because of your beautiful eyes.
Turn into a Minecraft villager.
The scrying eye. Best not do anything suspicious while it's watching.
Let's talk to Minthara.
Your scouting party has not returned, and half of the intruders escaped your guards.
Sorry, mistress. We mucked up.
Until their sanctuary is found, I will take something precious from you every hour that passes. A trinket, a tongue, a limb.
I ain't no use without my limbs. The lad'll make the prisoner squeal soon enough, I swear.
Silence now, creature, or I will silence you forever.
As she turns to you, her thoughts mingle with yours. A cold hand caressing your brain. The chamber melts away to reveal a dark, endless nowhere. In it, you see a vision. The drow listens as a pale-eyed young woman whispers in her ear. One of those the voice spoke of. One of the chosen. The vision fades away.
A true soul in such a grotesque form. The Absolute has a place in her heart even for Dathir. Her heart is more generous than mine. Join my hunt, fairy.
I'm on a hunt of my own.
Interesting. What do you know of this druid?
I've heard rumors that he's a very powerful healer.
There is no power except for the Absolute. If you are, I have not seen this druid, but he harbors worshippers of a false god in a hidden grove nearby. I intend to find it and destroy it. There is a weapon the Absolute seeks. I'm sure those wretches have it hidden away there. We will find it amongst the dead and the ashes.
Her excitement is palpable. She lingers on thoughts of victory, a of unbelievers' blood spilled, and of the weapon. She will seize it in the Absolute's name. You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks, it's the artifact that she carries. The same one that protected you as you entered the goblin camp. Her mind focuses. The cultists cannot discover that the weapon they seek is within their grasp. She is seeking the grove you visited. Already you feel her mind closing around yours.
My patience wears thin, true soul. The hunt must begin.
What's so important about this sanctuary?
Destroying it will demonstrate our power. Soon, all false gods will cower before the I would expect nothing less. Together, we shall... And when we destroy the trappings of this false god, the Absolute will reward us with such power. One, we captured a human who knows exactly where it is. He's been resilient, but he'll talk.
No prizes for guessing what this weapon thereafter really is. The artifact.
What are we waiting for? We've got more problems than just the
lads are all
worms
riled up and ready.
You have already failed me once.
You were seen stealing. Resolving this peacefully will require more caution than you displayed in getting caught.
It's mine.
You aren't
It's
as
mine now.
intimidating
I
as
liked
you
it. It's mine.
hoped.
You can't have it. It's mine.
You're being
It's all mine.
attacked.
Can't even catch my breath.
I'm ready.
Try something else.
Tormented!
Talk to me.
I got this. There's an electric parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
Oh, they killed Minthara. Well, I guess I'm not getting her this playthrough. Oh well, she's not that important anyway.
No choice but to keep going.
Can't afford to let up.
I tell you.
Need to act fast.
Rest in peace.
Well, R.I.P. Minthara. Did not mean to kill you.
You carry a Githyanki relic. I will have an explanation, or your head.
Walk away. Now. I won't warn you again.
That artifact is an heirloom of my people. Likely she spilled Githyanki blood in order to steal it. This cannot stand.
Heirloom? Plunder from some conquered realm, more like. This artifact is the only thing keeping us from becoming slaves to our parasites. Be glad I have it.
Rest, both of you. Tempers will be cooler in the morning.
I doubt this one's wits will be any sharper by then.
I do not wish to spill blood here. Come daylight, we will find a place to end this.
Fine. You can accept you're wrong, or we'll be rid of you permanently. Either way, I win. You had every chance to look the other way. But here we are. You chose this.
Spare me the justifications, coward.
If anyone asks, I'll say you were transforming. Don't expect to be
Shadowheart,
mourned.
stop. You don't have to do this.
She's a liability. It's the artifact we need, not her.
Let me up, and I'll show you.
We need her, Shadowheart. Give her a chance.
Can I do that, Lae'zel? Can I turn my back on you?
Never. Thieves aren't afforded such luxury.
Loosen the grip on your pride for one blasted moment, won't you? We needn't be enemies. There's plenty of those to go around already.
What would you have? That we be friends?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But imagine what we might achieve if we channeled some of that hostility back at our real foes, instead of each other. They wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh, it's time for bed. Okay, let's head out and finish with Jorah Raglan.
Wonder what's past this.
Someone there.
There's a time and a place for smashing, but it appears this isn't it. You're getting locked up.
Behold the dance of death.
On the move.
Ready for another round? Incoming.
Another fight. Let's go.
Got to focus.
All right, Carla. It's go time. You're not gonna like this, mate.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Shoot, miss. Oh, shit. Oh, well, oh well. There goes that.
Sometimes the
Back
only
to
way
being a
out is
doggy.
through.
What the heck? I even have advantage and I still miss?
What's the plan?
Watch this.
So apparently I'm just not supposed to be in.
Survival is all that matters.
Okay, fine.
What should I do?
Put him up.
Well, there's everyone down. Oh. Okay.
Time to push my luck again.
Ready.
On my word. Poor fucker.
It's too far. Yeah.
Never a dull moment.
Let's end this.
Bye forever, pal. Heading out.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Another parasite. Collect it. It might be useful.
Yes! Salmon can...
Yep, he sure could. That is such a freaking evil laugh.
On my way.
Need to stay focused.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. These boots have seen everything.
Time to taste!
My turn.
Delicious.
Okay.
Well, so much for peace.
Ex textura!
Let's finish this. Onward.
Let's go. Find a route.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Got anything.
I'm heating up.
Step quick.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Can't give up. On my way.
I smell blood.
Still on my feet. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Need to act fast.
This is gonna feel good.
Pardon the viscera. One should cherish all of nature's bounty, but goblin guts are quite far down the list. You aided a bear without knowing if it would savage you. A true friend of nature. Or perhaps a lunatic. Either way, I owe thanks. I am the druid Halsin.
I've been to the Emerald Grove. It's in great danger, it sorrows me to say.
I am aware. I foolishly left it vulnerable to this rabble. There's work to be done. That look in your eyes. I've seen it before. Are you feeling all right? Oak Father preserve you, child.
Yep.
You're infected, aren't you? The Mind Flayer's spawn. But something's different. You're aware of the monster inside you. You don't bow to the Absolute like the true souls do. How is this possible?
I think this artifact has something to do with it.
That looks very alien. As alien as the Mind Flayers. They do not belong on this world. It's no coincidence that you found me here, I'll wager. You're after a cure for this parasite. I've been studying these parasites for a while now. Ever since I discovered these so-called true souls are infected with them. Someone is using very powerful magic to modify these tadpoles. They're using them to exert control over the infected. I'm sorry to say, I can't undo that magic, which means I can't cure you. But that doesn't mean I can't help. I didn't find what I came here for, a way to remove the tadpoles, but I found the next best thing. I found out where they come from. That must be where these enchantments are placed on them. And it's where you'll find your cure.
Tell me what you've learned about the tadpole's origins.
I overheard that the cultists are sending all of their captives to Moonrise Towers. Innocents go in, true souls come out. Given that all of these true souls are infected, it has to be the source for this magic. If you want to find a cure, you must head there and discover how the
You seem to know
tadpoles
a
are
lot
being
about this.
manipulated.
Will you come with me to Moonrise?
Gladly, but first I must return to the Grove. As you made short work of the goblins' leaders, there's nothing stopping me. Come join me in your own time. I can see to some matters there, and we can discuss what comes next amidst more bucolic surroundings than here.
Alright then, that's really all I would need to do here. Well, we are long resting before we head out.
There you are. I was just thinking about you. And that delicious moment we
moment when you
shared the
bit
other
me?
night. The very same. I've had this condition for 2 centuries, but truth be told, you were my first. In all these years, I've only ever fed on beasts. Drinking the blood of thinking creatures is a different thing entirely. You were delectable. And now I can't help but wonder how the
They
others
might
taste.
not be as open to the idea as I was.
Alas. It doesn't hurt to ponder the question, though. Take Gale, for example. He strikes me as someone whose blood is rich, refined, like well-aged brandy. But the Gith? What in the hells would she taste like?
Exotic, surely?
Oh. Well, that sounds very appealing.
This is still theoretical,
I'm almost
right?
convinced. Absolutely. A mere thought experiment. So, in the spirit of theoretical questions, if you had to take a bite from one of them, who would it be? I do appreciate your enthusiasm, but let's try to restrain ourselves a little. I just mean a sip of their blood. No mastication required.
Oh, of course.
Oh. I'm flattered. Who knew you had such taste? Unfortunately, all this talk is getting me hungry. I better find something I can actually sink my teeth into. Nothing out there will taste as good as the alternatives, but I'll make do. Sweet
Okay.
dreams.
Go to bed. I'll be
I
back.
promised I'd be back. Don't worry.
Sorry.
I have things under control. For now. You haven't been using the parasite's power.
Because you
think you don't
really
need it. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the
So what should I
wrong
be doing?
places. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You were lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun.
I thought you said you could protect me.
From transforming into a mind flayer, yes. But that is not the only thing these parasites can do. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you.
My mind tells me to do foul things. Are you sure your protection is working?
I protect you from becoming a mind flayer. I
That's a
cannot
little
protect you from yourself.
scary.
But I know what it is like to be burdened by forces outside of your control. We are alike, you and I. Just like you, I was infected with a mind flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells, they need me.
Is there anything I can do to help?
No, I can handle this. For now. The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
Okay, on that note, I think that's a good time to need to end the episode. This has been Baldur's Gate 3. My name has been Number One Enemy Peanut, and I hope you'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Do you